Okay, so I don't know if I'm going to eventually publish my Hunter debacle yesterday, but I am playing at a more profitable time right now, and this is, I don't like this class. I kind of hated this class ever since GVG, but it's a bit fairer now, and it doesn't really, this deck is not that unfair. I mean, it has two protectors, which is a major reason why it's been winning. It has a keeper, two consecrations. I mean, yeah, it is a scummy paladin deck, but it's nice to be doing somewhat well. Like the I don't know why I said hunter. The rogue I had yesterday that started 7-0 and then went sharply downhill once I started recording it is still with me. It's yeah, it's not been fun, but maybe this one will go decently well. No, I actually played this dude. This is my one loss, and he had a very serious deck. I'm trying to remember what was in it. I should probably go through my shit. That was the one loss I had. It ended up with him. Yeah, he played effigy, so he has the secret is effigy. At least one, but probably the one that he has is effigy, and yeah, it was a very decent mage deck, unsurprisingly. He also emoted the entire time, so I'm kind of not against the idea of I think we coining out this and then we're playing Argent Protector into one of the 4 drops. Or we could play, but Argent Protector just does nothing. I think this is the line. Into Protector, into probably Shredder, because this is a turn 6 play. He emoted the entire match for some reason. Just very annoying person. Okay, double trade. He can no longer double trade actually. Yeah, well played, sir. Yeah, and yeah, he does that. We get an avenged thingy. I think he had a poly. Okay, that is. That actually is pretty good for us, right? We can kill this and just play the shredder. We could also consecrate. I don't think we're going to have much in the AoE turns. I think just keeping the 5-2 alive might be worth our while, because we have bomb squad if we play something big. Yeah, we can kings it even. Let's see if we can actually kill this thing. That's not even... Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate, obviously, but I'm still okay with it. Just act natural. I'm probably playing a bit too fast because kind of the previous game against this dude is still very much in my memory, so I should probably slow down a little bit. But this looks like the correct line. So yeah, that's effigy. That's effigy, but we probably don't care very much because we can bomb it most likely. Yeah. We can bomb it. The big concern here is just not dying, because we're already at 17 and there's a bomb squad on the board, so we are effectively at 12. But I'm not sure if he had a lot in the way of direct burn. We have Ancient of Blossoms as a taunt, we have True Silver for some heal. We have a number of things to do against. Yeah, that's kind of annoying, but not horrible. Kinda horrible now, though. Yeah, we probably protect this to make him work for it, but we start with the Murlocs. I don't really care about the knight. I want to make him expend resources to deal this 5-phase. That's fine. Losing a second one to this guy will be mightily unpleasant, I have to say. It really will. So if he pings here and goes face with the Shredder, we can actually... okay, that's not that horrible. Yeah, all of this is kind of okay, I guess, because we can... I don't even need to humility this, right? And I can set this back to 2. So we bump in... Humility might be more useful later. I think we get this to full health. And we play the Shredder. And we ask him to kill it from 3 health now. Maybe I should have hidden it, but I will have use for that later. We can actually deal with this Kraken without having too many issues. But now the question is, if he had phase damage, he probably would have used phase damage. So we're always doing this. We can clear the Kraken, or we can go 7 phase and set up lethal. I think that's probably a better line. Against 2 cards, because if he has AoE we probably lose anyway, and this way we set up a position from which we might be able to win.
I wonder.
And there will be outs. There's Consecration in the deck, there's Hammer of Wrath, there's obviously the Sword. Okay, so... Cone. And for this, you know, the cone positioning I quite seriously misplayed, obviously. And now cone, I guess. Or Frost Nova. Frost Nova will be very, very bad, obviously. Would require us... okay. So he's at 11. This is a very good pickup. So this always happens. And now we think this also always happens. We have 8 damage. We can set him to 3, but I think that's way too risky. I think the 6-3 needs to die. I think the 6-3 needs to die. Do we open the Shredder is the question. I think the Shredder probably needs to go face. And the Yeah, that's an annoying situation. He has to... The way the board looks right now, no, we can't afford that. We need to trade the 6-3. Okay. At least that's not burn. And we still have board, and we have outs. Stormwind will be very good, obviously. There's also, as mentioned, there's a ton of even direct damage. There's the Informant for a good discover. We're still doing somewhat okay, although that was obviously a very, very big pickup for him. The poly on the taunt. Yeah, that does not a lot.
It's getting hot in here.
This happens.
Reporting for duty.
He has 9, which means some of it needs to be removed.
The battle.
I'll give it a shot.
The battle. The battle.
And there's no point hiding any of our 2-3s because he can just kill the other one. Oh my god. How are you this good at top decking, dude? Yeah, that's decent.
Reporting for duty.
That's decent, but it still doesn't solve our issues necessarily. We still need to find... Yeah, we might still lose, because, yeah, like we had draws for lethal almost every turn here, and didn't find them. Just so annoying. So much stuff like this on the previous turn, or any turn before that.
The victory is yours.
Thank you.
Just so annoying that this happened. I'm not sure I could have done much better there. It really felt like we were in control, but then he had most answers. And, you know, the turns where, you know, any actual improvement to our board would have just won with drew blanks.
Uther versus Gul'dan. Your soul shall be mine. I will fight with honor.
Like bog into, yeah, that's some. I think we're just keeping this. I mean, I'm not playing around coil, and I would like to have something on the board. I think that's actually a fairly decent 1, 2, 3.
One shot.
I don't think people actually keep coil in their opening hand. And that gives us this kind of a start, which is obviously very useful. Demon Wrath, I guess? Oh, that's fine. That is fine. So the two lines here are... We can try and snipe it. I mean, we're always bumping, but we can also try and snipe it, or we can play this. I don't think the ghoul does very much. I think we go for the snipe. Yeah, this always happens. But I don't think there's any reason to hit with the archer. I think we just get started on this. Once again, there could be some other lines, but I think the bubble will be a lot more useful later. So he finally drew something like, yeah, Hellfire or something. Yeah, okay. Come on, Bomber. Be good to us. 1, 1, 1, 3, 1, 4. What the fuck are you doing, Bomber? Like, seriously. I have 2 consecrations in this deck. 2. Where are they? I think we just developed the biggest... like, we need this board to be as resistant to... Yeah, high wind... What? Face? That really is a bit bizarre to me, because like there is this card called Consecration, right? In whoa, that's pretty good.
Get behind me.
So, sword is just lethal. We can bump and heal it back up to 8. We shouldn't be dead to anything. I think that's a better line. Just do it this way. Because he wants to play the Abyssal, and the Abyssal doesn't even clear here. And we have a very good reply to it. I mean, it does clear the 9-8. So we're playing the Blossoms. This turn plays itself, and once again, this is a very decent Abyssal board. Maybe, well, I mean, the hit on the Wrathguard for 9, we could have just gone 9 face there. And Shady has been arguing very, very hard for going face in those spots, because you can go face for 18 potentially, hitting the Wrathguard later. But... you know, Wrathguard might disappear off the board, and I thought that a free kill on him... and also he was very, very happy spreading, so I was kind of slightly worried about dying if I went face. I'm not sure if that was correct or not. That's a different Warlock.
Your soul shall be mine.
Yep.
I will fight with honor.
We don't really have a lot in the way of to 2 drops, so I'll keep what is potentially our best on curve 3, and yeah, that's an improvement.
Nothing scares me, except mice.
So this warlock actually has coil on curve. It's bad, but yeah, I mean, what is more worrying is that we still don't really have a curve play on 4, for instance. I mean, something might survive, who knows. I don't think I can afford to do fast humility on this. Which means that the Imp Master will now spread. Yeah, I think we're dead here. Just out. Well, I mean the Murloc is now a lot bigger than it normally is, so it might actually survive. Blast Crystal. Shadow Bolt is unfortunate, but yeah. Now we need to draw into something. That really is incredibly annoying. It really is.
None may steal our secrets.
That is such a horrible play. But I just couldn't see any alternative. I couldn't play the dude and I couldn't consecrate this, because like that wasn't a consecratable board. At least I can play my 3/8 and start killing stuff on his side. And that's kind of unfortunate in terms of consecration, but we're still reasonably alive here. And Master is a good pickup, obviously.
Not in my house.
There was a game in which my Grime Street gave me an option of picking the Quartermaster, but I think I chose the Eaglehorn Bow instead, because I mean I didn't have the Master for Battle in hand. With the Master for Battle in hand, that was a really nice opportunity to tilt somebody really hard, obviously. If we actually get through this game somehow, I'll be very surprised. In-game boss, 2 Shadow Bolts, coil on 1 would be very impressive. That's a very decent play for us, because he is about to play really hard into Consec. So this goes in here. We even have mana for this, yeah? Well, this goes in here, this goes in here. Maybe that's even better. Don't really need to, though. I think we pick up enough here. I think we pick up enough. Okay, and yeah, that's not Dr. 7. Yeah, it will be very difficult for him to fight back from here if he doesn't actually have the... So we bump.
Not in my house.
I think we probably play Master.
Reporting for duty. For justice.
We kill this. And this thing goes face for 14. And it also now does not die to Abyssal. It dies to... Whoa. Okay. Did not play around Twisting Nether, obviously.
Reporting for duty.
Could have held the Blessing. But I mean... I don't think you generally play around the Blessing of King. I mean, around the Twisting. It's not your... It's not your normal beat here.
For justice. The battle.
And we do have a somewhat overpowered deck, so we could quite easily still win. But not playing around Twisting there was kind of funny. Okay. Nope. Alright, so we did get to 11 at least. And we could get a third chance at redemption against the Moti Mage. Who knows? It's been lagging quite a bit, so I don't know. We can hope that it's not the client being dead and it's just a question of finding us a partner on 11 wins. Unclear. Yeah, seems like we're finally getting there. That is extremely worrisome, obviously.
I will fight with honor.
That's a decent curve. I think I'll just keep this curve against Priest. I think that's a reasonable start, especially now that we picked up a weapon instead of the Hosen on 4, or possibly even on 3. I think I'll do it this way, because this... yeah, I'll take Aldor. I think Aldor might be very usable here.
Is someone injured?
That's a bit unfortunate, but we can
There they are.
we can deal with this by doing the trade, hopefully. And even Valens or the Talon Priest don't completely wreck us here. Aldor doesn't work on this thing, sadly.
For justice.
Repairs available.
Okay, so we probably use Aldor on that. I think the cleric needs to be killed, and we just play the...
Let me think.
Yeah, I think this always happens.
For justice.
This probably also happens as well. I think not going 7 phase is a mistake. I quite like the Selfless Hero here. In conjunction with Avenge, I think it's a... yeah, no. Crap. I keep on forgetting, this stupid class also has AoE. I think we're still in a reasonable spot here. But, it's a lot less clear now, obviously. Pain? Crap. Let's hope it buffs something good. Yeah, that's not what I meant. Probably Blossoms and 6 phase here. I don't like the double trade. And hope he doesn't have any more pains for this thing, because if this thing lives, we can start doing things with it, like we can heal it back up next turn. That's fine. That's fine, we can heal it back up. I don't think we waste an Argent on this. I think we kill here, we heal it back up, we see where the juggle goes, and we go from there.
It's getting hot in here. Reporting for duty.
And in that case, I think everything just goes face. Against 2 cards in hand, I feel like I should be doing okay here. Yeah, Belcher is... I mean, it's a good deck, but it's not really... It's not really overpowered. Consec is excellent here. So we bump here. I think this goes here. This goes here, and we have a look. 2 damage goes in here. 1 damage goes in here.
Not on my watch. The battle. Reporting for duty.
Once again, we are very sad if he has a second excavated or something, but it has to be sort of specifically excavated. Yeah, we couldn't really play around that, but we still have a huge board and possibilities to draw a ton of very important stuff, and we also probably have lethal, right? No, we run short. There will be, I mean, his hand is completely empty. I don't see how we lose. Okay.
The battle. This is my responsibility. Well played.
One shot, one
Yeah, I wanted to see if Shady is not running the client right now. This is probably the first time I got I got a 12-win run when Shady was live on air, and I I wanted to see if the announcement at the bottom of his screen will pop up, but seems like he is reviewing a game they played with Victor, and that won't happen, which is kind of sad. But this is still pretty good. So that's 370 and 100, 470 gold. 470 gold is very acceptable. The pack is nothing special, but still, it's nice to get at least you know, some. Whoa, that's a bit stupid. I wanted to take a screenshot, but yeah, nice to get that monkey off my back for a bit, because I've had a number of very close runs recently with no 12-win runs. Alright, I'll probably publish this, and since I now have something cheerful to publish, I'll probably publish the Hunter Salt as well. We'll see.